district levels also he got the best NSSP awards many times. So we are very lucky to have such kind of experienced person as state NSS officer. Definitely that helps a lot to all the units. Now I request Ashok Reddy, please.
Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chief Guest of today's program, Professor K.V. Chandrasekhar garu, Vice Chairman, APSI, and Guest of Honor for today's program, Professor Ramohan Rao garu, Joint Secretary to Higher Education Department, Government of AP, Sri Y. Venkatara Rao garu, Honorable Rector of this Krishna University, Professor Surjala Rao garu, Registrar and energetic person, Krishna University, Professor M. Ram Reddy garu, NSS Program Coordinator and my friend, Dr. M. Babu Reddy garu, other dignitaries of the dais, especially NSS awardees for the year 1920 and 21-22, parents and family members of the awardees, NSS family members, present electronic media, finally, young and energetic diamonds of the young youth. Very good morning to one and all. At outset, I congratulate all the NSS state awardees for the years 1920 as well as 21-22. I thank Krishna University Vice Chancellor Professor K.V. Chandrasekhar garu, Registrar Professor M. Ram Reddy garu for accepting our request to conduct this prestigious state level NSS award ceremony for the years 1920 and 21-22 by today. On behalf of State NSSL, we are expressing deep sense of gratitude to the university administration. As we know, today we are celebrating 53rd NSS Day Foundation Day. As we know, NSS was established in the year of 1969 on the eve of centennial celebrations of Mahatma Gandhi. In the year of 1969 on September 24th. Today we are celebrating as well as commemorating 53rd NSS Day. From last 50 plus years, many milestones and many achievements achieved through NSS. NSS stands for National Service Scheme, which is a central sector scheme run by Government of India under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, MOYAS. From last 50 plus years, central government introduced so many schemes for the welfare of the youth, for the welfare of the middle-aged people, for the welfare of the children, for the welfare of the old people and other generations. But thereafter, so many schemes faded away and so many schemes even closed. But still, this is one of the important schemes run by Government of India. NSS is purely central sector scheme. So we are celebrating 53rd NSS Day with the support of Government of India. As I mentioned, many schemes faded away, many schemes closed. But still, NSS is one of the schemes still continuing and continuing in the future also. So we have to fortunate a member of this scheme, and we have to fortunate a family member of NSS also, being a volunteer, being a program officer, being a program coordinator. So we have to recollect the memories with NSS family and contribute your services for the betterment of the nation. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Anurag Thakur ji, State Minister Nisit Pramanik ji, they are very much supportive about this NSS. Since, as we know, NSS have the volunteers backbone. As we know, young and dynamites are the members of this NSS. Through NSS, many milestones reached the government of India. Through NSS, many success stories as we see. So likely, the government of India specifically encouraging the youth towards betterment of the nation through NSS. So in this regard, the Honorable Prime Minister and concerned ministers, so they are very much keen about this NSS while developing the country, by inculcating the service motto and by educating the youth towards better nation. As we know, youth are the running wheels of the nation. As we know, youth are the potential of the nation. So through youth, so we will be able to reach any milestone, or we can develop the nation into all the corners. So in this regard, with the help of NSS, so all the things would be happening. So likely to say, through NSS only, all these achievements or all these kinds of excellencies brought up to the future of India. So in this regard, the government of India specifically encouraging NSS. I would convey some kind of new initiatives taken by the government of India also. From last 1 year, government of India specifically encouraging this NSS scheme by brought some kind of new initiatives. The first initiative is, earlier 36 lakhs volunteers are there in entire nation by covering up all the states and UTs. From last 1 year, the Ministry of Youth Affairs, the higher officials and other members rigorously worked on the enhancement of the NSS volunteers count. In this regard, from this year onwards, 3 more lakh volunteers are added to the existing count, 36 lakhs. Now, our strength, our backbone is 39 lakh volunteers in the entire nation. That is the first milestone initiated by the government of India. The second milestone is enhancement of the grant. Being a program officer or being a program coordinator, we know about the information regarding the grants. Earlier, for one unit, the ministry sanctioned about 47,500. Earlier, for one unit by covering up the regular activity and then special camp. Special camp 22,500, regular activity 22,000, administrative grant, university grant 3,000. So by covering up all these, merging of 47,500. Now the same thing, that means the grant enhanced to 75,000 from this year onwards. Almost 38% of the enhancement is there as part of the grant. So that is one of the milestone initiated by the government of India. The third milestone is manual revision. As we seen from last 16 years, we are following the manual 2016 revised manual. So government of India initiated in this regard about upgradation of NSS manual. The draft manual already approved by the ministry. So from the states, the concerned SNOs already submitted the views or the perceptions, the kind of new initiatives to be incorporated in the new manual already submitted. So draft already approved by the government of India. Shortly in the next month, we may receive the new NSS manual. So we are expecting new directions, new guidelines for the welfare of NSS volunteer, for the welfare of NSS program officer, as well as the program coordinator. This is the third milestone initiated by the government of India. The fourth one is ministry directed to all the states. In the last meeting which was held August 3rd and 4th at New Delhi, even I attended the meeting also. So ministry stated to all the state SNOs and regional directors about incentives. So let me introduce a kind of new initiatives regarding incentives to the NSS volunteers, incentives to the program officers, incentives to the program coordinators while attending the state level events as well as national events, in addition to the awardees. Awardees in the form of universities, awardees in the form of state level, awardees in the form of national level, including pre-RD and RD contingents. So in this regard, this is the fourth initiative by the government of India. So likely we have this kind of new initiatives brought by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister and the concerned ministers Anurag Thakurji, Mrs. Pramanikji. The main important aspect behind these reasons is NSS volunteers. So through NSS volunteers, any scheme or any update or any kind of new initiative taken by the state government as well as the central government, so it may spread it to all the corners of the community. So NSS volunteers are regularly interacting or mingling or communicating with all the sorts of people. So that's why here the Ministry of Youth Affairs, the Government of India, encouraging the NSS. As we've seen about the development of India also. So as part of the economic situation or as part of the other matters also pertaining to the development of nation, through NSS it may spread it to all the corners. So in this direction only, the concerned Government of India encouraging this NSS. As we know, by chance or by choice, you may be the NSS volunteer, or you may be the NSS program officer, or you may be the NSS program coordinator. But every time, to feel likely, so we have the social servants to the community. So let me inculcate the flavor of NSS among themselves, means ourselves. So you have the flavor of NSS among you, then you have to inculcate or inject the same flavor among the community people. Thereafter you can see the updates or the developmental parameters. So being an NSS volunteer or being a program officer or being a program coordinator, first let us know about the main parameters regarding the objective of NSS, the motto of NSS, and then prime objectives of NSS, the NSS day, and the important aspects of NSS. Then only we are imparting the information about the NSS. First, you have to know all these parameters. Then you have to transform the information among others. So through NSS, one of the important agenda is, or important point is, knowledge transformation. So whatever information known by the volunteer or the program officer or the program coordinator, so you have to transform the gained knowledge or experience with others. Then you would able to see the betterment of the society. As we know, the prime important area is the community. For NSS, the community is the prime area or the prime source. So we can develop any community through NSS, then we have to concentrate certain parameters. As I mentioned, by chance or by choice, then you may enter into this NSS family. But in my view, God provided a kind of opportunity to you while enrolling into this NSS, or even though by adopting the role of NSS volunteer or program officer or the program coordinator. It's our responsibility to feel likely, as I mentioned, servant in the form of society servant. Even though we are not the government servants, we are not having the privilege, we are not having the rights to do the many things for the development of the community. But even though, so we have to grab the opportunity, being an NSS volunteer, being an NSS program officer, you have to educate the people. So you have to share the information about the updates, about the happening things, about all the informations into all the corners of the community. Then only we will be able to sustain the NSS family or NSS fraternity in all the corners of the state as well as the nation. In this regard, you have to lead your NSS unit. So my message to the program officer, so you are heading NSS unit, then you are the torch bearer. So being a program officer, 100 volunteers are there. The end dynamites, then you have to guide. The program officer role is different. Means program officer role is not acting as the program officer or heading the program officer unit. So your role is different. So your role is like multidisciplinary. Means a program officer, you are the guide, you are the superior, you are the supervisor, or you are the teacher. So you are the mentor. So means that you have to educate the volunteers. You have to convey the message about the importance of NSS. So being an NSS volunteer or the program officer, you have to feel pride and proud also. So why? Because through NSS, God provided a kind of opportunity to you to serve the community. So while serving to the community, then let me feel that happiness. Feel from the heart, then feel from the mind. Then definitely you will be able to reach your milestones. So I am comparing with other academics also. Through NSS, a volunteer can learn many things. So you can improve the leadership qualities, you can improve the performances like while participating into NSS activities. definitely a kind of improvement is there about the communication. Since you are interacting with the age level people, multi levels of age levels like children's, middle aged people, adults, old age people, and other members also. So while interacting with all the people, so you have certain kind of exposure, you have certain kind of experience. So through experience, definitely you can lead your role. So through experience, you can passionate yourself. So likely being a program officer, so you have to educate the members. So let me continue the NSS role like a program officer or the volunteer or the program coordinator without expecting any kind of award or the reward. Through NSS, so won't expect any kind of award or reward initially. If you continue your service without expecting any kind of award or reward, then definitely the awards or the rewards are awaiting for you on such days. Like the university recognitions, state recognitions, and national recognitions also. In addition to the academics, then you may excel your career through NSS. In addition to academics, you may be develop your academic background in addition to the NSS. As we know, the objective of NSS, education through community. So while interacting with the community people, so you have to feel like I am the fortunate member to improve my communication, to improve my vocabulary, to improve my stage performance, or to improve any kind of item or the element which is needed to fit into the job market. So this is a kind of advantage for the NSS volunteer. You can shape your personality into multidisciplinary. So let me accept this responsibility and continue your service without expecting any kind of award or the reward. Definitely, the day will come recognizing your services by the university, by the state, or by the nation. So today we are celebrating the state level award ceremony here. In addition to the state level award ceremony, the same day itself today, Government of India also celebrating the national awards, prestigious national award ceremony. One of the important point is for the year 2021, the Andhra Pradesh state bagged 3 national awards. It is one of the historical pride moment for the state of Andhra Pradesh. Last year, for the year 1920, Andhra Pradesh state bagged 2 awards in the categories of PO and volunteer. I am the one of the awardee of 1920. I went to Delhi, I received the award from the Honorable President of India. Today, 3 more members, one program officer Jitendra Gaud from JNTU Anantapur and 2 volunteers from JNTU Anantapur University, Sri Devanpalli from Ramanujan Institute of Technology, as well as one more student volunteer, Partha Sarthi from Kadapa, affiliated to Nelluru University, Vikram University. These members are receiving the prestigious award from the President of India, Draupadi Murmu ji. So it's one of the pride moment to NSS. As I mentioned that through NSS, different milestones or different kind of achievements you could able to lead the responsibility. As I mentioned, through NSS, you may excel your career. In addition to the academics, you may bag the awards in the university level, in the state level also. Then definitely the same experience and the same kind of awards may be added a flavor as we know about the creamy layer of the cake, the taste of the cake by adding of the creamy layer. So likely these awards, the university awards, the state awards, definitely added to the advantage while securing the national awards. As you know about one point, the President of India, Honorable President of India entering into the award ceremony in 2 categories only. One is Padma Awards, the second one is prestigious NSS Awards. So likely being NSS volunteers, you have that opportunity to entering into the President's chamber, Darbar Hall. Likely this hall, Darbar Hall is there in the President's office. So even ministers also don't have any right or any power to enter into the prestigious President of India's chamber. But it's our fortunate thing is through NSS you have that opportunity. Through NSS you have the chance to enter into the prestigious President of India's house. So I'm expecting your presence in the next year even. Soon after we are expecting the aspirants of 21-22. So today we are conducting the award ceremony for the years 1920, for the years 21-22. But the government of India celebrating the same occasion award ceremony for the year 2021 only. So soon after, shortly in the month of October or November, as per the directions of the ministry, we may communicate the information to all the universities, those who are willing to apply for the national award for the year 21-22. So one of the best moment is today. Suppose you may bag the award, then you may have the chance for applying of the national award also. So this is a kind of opportunity you have in future. So let me pride this moment and let me respect to NSS also while involving into any kind of initiative taken by the state government or the central government. So coming to the next point is state government. State government is very much interesting and very much active regarding these NSS initiatives taken by the Honorable CM Sri Y. Jagannath Reddy Garu and the concerned minister, Botsa Satyanarayana Garu, Higher Education Minister. So they are also very encouraging about this NSSL, about discharging of all the matters pertaining to this NSS. So means that they are encouraging about all the NSS fraternity or the family about the development. So developmental aspect in all the corners, as we know about the developmental schemes introduced by the state government as the central government. So through NSS, all these fruits may reach to the corners of the community. So that's why the government of Andhra Pradesh specifically encouraging this NSS community and involving into these NSS activities. Let me tell about some glimpses of the Andhra Pradesh state about this NSS.